Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Raymond and yes, I'm just a cook. Now today I want to show you my two versions of preparing a simple Cajun pasta. So my first approach will be with a clear sauce which will help to bring out the intensity of the Cajun flavor, and the next approach will be no doubt with a well blended and seasoned tomato sauce. So without further ado guys, let us get started. So all you need is broccoli, zucchini, squash, onions and garlic. Not rocket science ingredients really. Now I like to use julienne cuts for my pasta because I think it's the most practical forms of cut that go cohesively with pasta. But it's too often to see pasta with these large chunks of cuts, who I think it actually takes away from the pasta experience and it's a little bit tacky. Now guys, I learned this cool trick when it comes to actually saving your broccolis, essentially by using less. So this trick is actually to cut off the heads as you see I'm doing right here, and then take the broccolis and strip them. Now that actually multiply my broccolis for my two different pasta dishes. So yeah, you can actually try this if you want. So as you can see, I'm just simply stripping my broccolis continuously just to ensure that I have enough for my two dishes. Now the next step is obviously my cherry tomatoes. I will definitely use these, and my chicken breast, which I already seasoned with Cajun season. Now it's cutting time. So as I said before, I like to use the julienne cut. I think it works well for me. Now this is actually simple. I'm just slicing these cherry tomatoes in half, which will be incorporated in my dish to give that nice missing flavor and texture. And as you see, these are the actual onion and garlic that you saw earlier. I just diced them. And yes guys, I am actually using spaghetti pasta. Now I'm adding 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Not sure why I'm saying 1, but never mind that. I'll just adjust my fire and fetch the butter I forgot. Now I'm ready. So I'm adding my chicken breast in my preheated pot, which have been preheated for at least a minute. Now this is actually seasoned chicken, seasoned with Cajun powder. So I'm sauteing it for about 2 minutes, and then I'll be adding my julienne cuts of zucchini and squash, and then saute for maybe a minute again before it's time to actually add my garlic to help with the flavor of the pasta. So next I'm just using some of the pasta water that I made earlier to boil my spaghetti, and adding some 1/4 teaspoon of Maggi, 1/4 teaspoon of Cajun, and 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder and chili flakes. Then I'm sauteing again just to make sure that all those flavors combine together. And then I had my broccolis and my cherry tomatoes. Then I will leave it to saute for additional 2 minutes just to make sure that all that flavor combines together. Then I will be actually doing a taste check just to make sure that everything is on point, and if not, like myself, I had to add a little bit more pasta water because I think it was a little bit on the saltier side. Now you could just keep sauteing this for additional 1 minute. So now it's actually time to add in the pasta after 1 minute of sauteing, and I'm using spaghetti as I said earlier, so you guys can use whatever pasta you actually wish. It could be fettuccine, it could be linguine, it could be penne. Now I'm just combining the flavors together with the pasta and the sauce. So just keep stirring it until everything is fully combined. Then it's time to off the stove and for the next step. So I'm doing practically the same thing I did earlier, 2 tablespoons of olive oil and a little butter just to make sure that's non-stick, and also add my chicken, which is seasoned already. So I keep sauteing that for at least maybe a minute or 2. Just enough time to make sure that your chicken is cooked through properly, because it's chicken breast, so you know it won't take much time, but you have to remember to be patient because salmonella still exists. So I'm just going to saute for a little bit, then I add my onion and garlic, and then I saute for a little bit more, and then you see where we go after that. Now it's time to add in our julienne cuts of zucchini and squash. Now you can leave that for at least 2 minutes to saute just to make sure that those veg are cooked through properly. Now it's time to add in our broccolis and our cherry tomatoes. Then we're going to saute that for an additional 5 minutes because we still want that to have a little crunch, especially on the cherry tomato side. Now it's time to add in our tomato sauce, which by the way, this guys is the tomato sauce version. The other version before was actually the clear pasta version, which I didn't remember to say, but now you guys understand what's going on. So after adding in your tomato sauce, you can leave that to simmer for a bit. Then it's time to add in your chili flakes, 1/4 teaspoon, your Cajun season, 1/4 teaspoon, your garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon, dry basil, 1/4 teaspoon, and some sugar, 1/4 teaspoon to help with the acidity. And afterward, you can add in some water, pasta water preferably, to help this simmer down and coagulate. Now the next step is just to leave it for about a minute or two, just enough time for the tomato sauce to cook through properly, because it's tomato sauce we're dealing with. Then we'll be adding in our pasta, which is spaghetti pasta for this one as well. Stir a little just to combine the spaghetti in the sauce. Now it's time for the plating. I'm actually plating the first pasta first, which is the clear sauce one. As you can see, it doesn't have no tomato sauce in it. Now it's time to plate our second version, which is the tomato sauce version. Now let me just awkwardly come out of frame. So yeah, the tomato version was actually much more easier to plate because somehow it was just colorful. Oh, whoops. Oh, I made a little mess right there. Let me just clean it up. Nice. So there you have it, gentle folks. My two versions of Cajun chicken pasta. One with a clear sauce and one with the tomato sauce. So until next time guys, enjoy.